Good morning! It's turned out nice again. Well, to be honest with you, it hasn't. It's very grey out there, like me. Do you know what? Laura said that to me, my chick, the other day. She said, "You and I have gone grey since I met you." Yeah, I wonder why that is. No, it's a bit grey and cloudy out there. It rained earlier. Brilliant, fantastic, as Brendan Rodgers would say. That's exactly what we want, especially ahead of the weekend. I hope it's pissing down on Sunday when we play our what's it called? Playoff final second leg. We'll talk about that in a minute. If you're new to my channel, this is a morning briefing, so there's not going to be anything exciting in this video at all. This video is where I address the community, my friends, tell them what's going on, where I've been, what's been going on, etc., etc. I mean, we might mention something to do with Liverpool. I'm going to mention something, to be honest with you. I'm going to mention something about him. But no, these videos are more just like a casual kickback, let everybody know what we're doing for the day, etc., etc. So how are you doing? I'm still alive. Is that disappointing some of you? No, I've had a very busy week, guys, to be honest with you. I don't know where to start, really, with everything that's going on. What day is it? Is it Friday? I think it is. It is Friday, isn't it? Is it Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. That's what I mean. It's crazy. So I had a visitor here earlier in the week, up until Wednesday, which was Niall, one of my viewers from here, very supportive of my channel, good friend, really, really nice guy. I'm so glad he came to spend some time with us. But that obviously affects, how you work. I was very busy with other things as well, as Niall will verify. To be honest with you, it's usually busier. But when you've got someone with you, staying with you, etc., it just affects you a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't want to ignore them or push them into other areas of of the home or anything. So you got to do those things. So, but I really enjoyed Niall visiting us. He's a super nice guy, as you guys already know. So Niall was here until Wednesday. I wish he'd been here a few more days, to be honest with you, because it was very, very rushed, very short trip, it felt like. But yeah, we had a good laugh, to be honest with you. He went to watch CF Benidorm in the first leg of the playoff final, and it's very good because Cuesta, our centre back. Some of you said to me before that game, "What player shall I watch, Duncan?" So people were going to watch the live stream of the fixture. The first leg of the final, playoff final. And some people said, "Well, who should I keep an eye on? Anyone player in particular?" I said, keep an eye on 22 Cuesta, he's brilliant. All right, this is a player that I tip to become, very, very good centre-back. I think he will rise up the divisions. Anyway, so we were losing 1-0. We were down to 10 men after, I don't know, half an hour. We were losing 10 men after about 20 minutes, I think, I can't remember. But we also had a man sent off, one of my friends, Alejo. I've told you about him before. When he got sent off and got changed, he walked around the edge of the pitch, because I do photography, football photography. And he came up to me. I went and found him, right? So I knew he'd be destroyed. And I put my arm around him and I said, and before I could say anything, he went, "I'm so sorry, bro." And I went, "Shh, shut up, shut the fuck up, don't worry about it." Because he was broken that he got sent off. The referee was abysmal. I know some of you saw the two penalty incidents. Anyway, it was just, we were terribly robbed in that game. So we were losing 1-0, and I thought, well, I'll take a 1-0 and we'll take them back to to our stadium this Sunday. And Cuesta, number 22, banged one in, right? And made it 1-1. And Niall was behind the goal. So I take the picture of the celebration, the player Cuesta in midair with the celebration. And just behind him, you can see Niall stood there on his own because I think he'd just been to the bar or something. So it was brilliant. And yeah, it's just amazing situation, really. So we levelled 1-1, and we have the return game at the weekend. So we'll speak about that in a moment, because I know some of you are interested, some of you probably aren't. So Niall was here all week. I've been working on club matters and just some very, very stressful things. But you know what I can't believe is at the age of 51, no, I am really, I am a transfer target. I never thought I'd be a transfer target at 51 years of age. So basically what's happened is a Spanish football club, a sponsor of that club, an investor-ish sponsor kind of person, is involved with another football club in Spain. And they contacted me out of the blue earlier this week. I don't know this person, or I didn't know this person. And cut a long story short, they'd met the president of this football club and the manager of this football club, and talking about, you know, ways of taking this club further forward, if you like, you know. And my name came up in the conversation as, have you seen what this lad, you know, Duncan is doing at CF Benidorm? You know, his experience. I've been doing this 30 years, just saying. People always take the piss because they go, how long? It's like, yeah, but I've got new viewers, you know what I mean? So yeah, Cop Talk, man, 30 years. I think I'm pretty experienced with fan engagement, fan growth and things like that and whatnot. So basically my name came up in conversation, and there's an opportunity possibly to be involved with a project, you know, another football club really. So I did inform the owner and president, general manager of CF Benidorm, and said, look, I'm just, because people get to hear things in the football industry. I said, I'm just letting you know, I have never discussed, you know, the possibility of going anywhere else, but, you know, someone has approached me and told me this, and I'm just letting you know, kind of thing. And the owner was like, hey, you know, but we're very, very successful, very professional, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it just said it's obviously a sign that, you know, your work's being noticed, and which was nice. So it wasn't leverage on my part or anything. I was just being honest and just saying, look, I'm not used to things like this. So it's just I just thought it was funny, really. Little dunk, well, maybe not little dunk, well, height-wise, certainly not belly-wise. So, yeah, there's an opportunity there, maybe if I want to do that. But at the moment, I'm very happy where I am. I feel like one of them, you know, like when the players, when they're interviewed, say, oh, I'm very happy where I am, you know, but you don't know what happens, you know, in the future. So it's quite funny because I was out for dinner last night with Laura and a couple of our friends that play for the club. And I was telling them about it, and they were like, you fucking better not leave. You know, you better not go elsewhere and leave us here next season. So just a bit of banter and that. But do you know what? I'll be honest with you. And I was thinking about, you know, when we hear of players, when you know, like, say, like a local Liverpool lad or something like that, playing for Liverpool, or maybe not even a local lad, maybe someone that just, like, absolutely loves the club. And then they get an opportunity to go somewhere else, and how difficult it must be to leave everyone, if that makes sense. Because I was thinking about that, you know, like, I would still support my club here, but I was thinking about all the stuff, you know, the people that you would miss and all that, and like, how could I do that? How could I leave my mates behind? You know, some of the players I'm really close to. Well, all of the players I get on great with. You know, I just thought about how difficult it must be for a footballer. Do you know what I mean? My phone's buzzing like mad here. Lots and lots and lots of notifications. So they're going to have to wait. That is my club messaging me, by the way. But no, seriously, I thought about it because, you know, and it's like, would you be making the right decision? You know, like if you're a Premier League footballer or a footballer of any status, you know, whether it's the absolute elite level of football or lower league football, am I making the right decision? Do I hang around and do this, or do I go somewhere else? Could it backfire? You know, I mean, we get these decisions, you know, or these opportunities maybe in life with outside football, right? I've never worked for anyone other than when I was a young lad. But I mean, if you worked, you know, for a company and another company gives you an opportunity, it's like, do I do it? You know, like, I'm settled where I am. Shall I go and do it? You know, stuff like that. Fortunately for me, it's not about money or anything like that. It's really not about money, you know, because for me, you know, Cop Talk's my baby and that's all I want to do. I'm involved in the football side of it, you know, the club side of it, because I want to help the community, you know, and I absolutely enjoy and love being, you know, involved in this other stuff, you know. And I want to tell you something. So while I'm thinking about it. Obviously, we've got a new manager since we spoke, and I haven't jumped on to discuss that with you. I need to scroll back to a message from earlier. I haven't jumped on to discuss that with you because I think it was fairly obvious what it was going to be. I remember us saying a few weeks back, I think our next manager is going to be Spanish. And that was after Alonso was no longer available. And our club, is owned by the DV7 group, right? Very, very professional, management company. They're agents of various footballers, elite footballers, elite managers. They've got offices all around the world, from top to bottom, elite football down to grassroots, if you like. And ironically, the owner, I think, has 30 years experience as well. And the owner messaged me this morning. And he messaged me. I don't want to show the message, basically. But he messaged and sent me this video. And underneath that video, he said to me, which I already knew, he was saying about Irola being a good friend of ours. And he said, we spent. He said spent a period of time in New York when he played with David Villa at New York City FC. And before then, he was teammates with David, because David Villa obviously is part of the DV7 group. Yeah, well, DV7 group, David Villa. All right. He was teammates with David in the Spanish national team. And this is the bit I thought you might like. He is a great manager and a great human being. Sounding a bit Brendan Rodgerish there. But he was saying he's a great manager and a great human being. In other words, a great person. And I'm sure he will do a great job for Liverpool. And that's the owner messaging me this morning. Now, I'd already spoken about this previously because our club president, used to be the press officer at Valencia, worked with Rafa and all that, and again he's friends with Irola, so they're all like, they all know each other, and he was just saying, I think it's good for you, we're close, we're friends, and all that. So it's a really good thing for us, I think, for Cop Talk, to be honest with you, because I love tapping into the knowledge of the senior management, the ownership, the people that I work with and I speak to. Maybe 100+ times a day I speak to them, so I just thought you might be interested to know about the bit where they said he's a good human being, a great human being, a nice person, genuinely good egg, and I think that's really, really good to know. And so yeah, let's just say, do you remember I went to a meeting, it was a lunch meeting with the president, and we were talking about Arne Slot at the time, and we were talking about, possible managerial replacements. Over here in Spain, people here believe that Alonso was Liverpool's first choice, but that there was, issues that prevented all of this from happening. I won't speculate about that because it's history now, and we've got our man, and I'm very, very happy about it. But at that lunch, his name came up in conversation, and prior to then, I think I'd said, look, I would like Alonso. I'd really like Alonso. I knew that we were sniffing around in Germany. We were getting all the German links, if you remember. And then, his name came up in conversation over lunch, and my entire feeling became that he was going to become our new manager. So it's just interesting. It's really interesting, all right? It's good. I like it. So I don't know what you feel. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to a new season with Liverpool, to be honest with you. Really looking forward to a new season now with a new change. We might need a little bit of patience or whatever, but we couldn't continue as we were, could we? So, I just thought I'd share that little thing with you. We're talking about all these club matters here, and, the owner's straight in and say, hey, don't, he's our boy, sort of thing. So, I like it. It's good. What else have I got to tell you guys? A friend of mine went to the cafe yesterday. You know the cafe that I used to go to and do my work in the morning and read all these Spanish publications for you? I don't think I've been there this year. I stopped going because it was getting a bit expensive, to be honest with you. You know, like going every day through the month. But I really need to start going back because it's broke my like. I used to go to the cafe for 7 in the morning, read the papers, and it would get me ready for the day. A few coffees, I'd plan my day, I'd come home and do my morning briefing for you guys. I really need to get back into that. I stopped going because it was, you know, like over maybe €300 a month or something if you go to a cafe every day, you know. But you know, I get well supported on that. You know, people get you a coffee kind of thing. It's, you know, it's helpful, you know, that sort of stuff. But then obviously, you know, I had this new relationship and Laura moved in here and it's changed the dynamics of the routine. She hasn't had time to learn to drive yet. She's, you know, already paid, I don't know, like €500 towards that, but just no time. So basically, when I get up in the morning now, there's someone living here. So, you know, I have a coffee with her in the morning at home. I prepare my work things and I have to take her to work for like 9 o'clock or something. And it really is a problem for me because it breaks my routine. Because let's say she has to be at work for 9:30. So, you know, I leave here at 9:10, and I'm probably not really back till 10. It's about an hour that's gone from you, that little chunk, that little break, you know, whereas I like to be down here, you know, early and get my work done. So the dynamics has changed. Anyway, my friend was in the cafe yesterday and said, "Where is he? I ain't seen him for ages. Is he all right?" And she went, "Yeah, but he's just really busy, you know, with CF Benidorm. He's working there now, you know." And he was like, "All right, I ain't seen him." And I just thought, how nice that someone, you know, is asking after you. So I want to go back. I think tomorrow's too soon. I think it's going to be next week, which is going to bring me on to other things that I want to talk to you about. So I've not been able to do any live streams. I think I did one on Monday. I couldn't do one last night because we were out for dinner. Obviously, the season ends on Sunday. And, you know, some of the players that I'm closest to will be leaving, you know, within days, Monday, Tuesday kind of thing. So it was the last opportunity for me to go and really have a bit of dinner with them. They wanted to go bowling afterwards. I was like, I can't, I'm so tired. You know, it was only 10 o'clock as well. So I needed to do that. I needed to go and see that. And some players are not going to be here next season. You know, we were talking about that yesterday, me and Laura privately, you know, because at full time on Sunday, you're going to, you know, whether we win or whether we get promoted or not, you're going to give someone a hug and it's going to be the last time you ever see them. So this is the different side of it from being involved in the football and not just a fan, is you have friendships and, you know, again, I'm learning about what it must be like for footballers, you know, to say goodbye to people. And I've never looked at it like that before. You think you understand it. Oh, that must be hard, saying goodbye to your teammates and, you know, clearing out your locker and that. But it's not just your teammates, it's also the people that work for the club. It's also the supporters and maybe the local restaurants and bars that you go to in your spare time where you're a part of that community. And it's really made me learn a lot about how ruthless football is, and also how emotionally it can be as well, because I'm upset. Well, not upset, but I feel upset, if that makes sense, that I know that some of these players I won't see again. And that includes people I'm close to, possibly. You know, they might get other opportunities. I mean, the ones that I'm close to will be friends for life, there's no doubt about that. But things are going to change here at the football club. There's going to be, the season finishes on Sunday and everyone, you know, my friends keep saying, "Oh, then you'll be able to rest a little bit," you know, and I'm like, "Are you for real?" The next 2 weeks after the season ends, I reckon are going to be busier than any part of the season. Can you believe that? So, you know, there's just things I can't go into, but if you follow the club, you'll know what I'm talking about. Over the next 2 weeks, you'll go, But there's also things like season tickets. We need to start a campaign to get the season tickets sales underway. That's if I'm still at the club. That's if I'm still at the club. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that I'm just, in our minds, me and Laura, we're very close to everybody at the club, whether they're the owners, whether it's the senior management, whether it's the admin staff, the coaching staff, the players themselves, or fans. We just know that we're about to enter a period of a bit of sadness as well, regardless of being promoted, because like I say, there's some players' contracts are expiring. They're not all going to stay. There's always a reshuffle at a club, right? Every club. We had that conversation yesterday. It was like, well, it's no different to anywhere else. But these are things that, when you're a football fan, when we think about Liverpool, we think that, don't we? But we don't actually think about the players that are maybe saying goodbye and how hard it must be for them to do that. So you can understand now when you see Mo Salah stood on a pitch crying, waving at the fans, or, maybe a young Liverpool player that's from the city himself, what it must be like to make that decision to leave. Football is, it's become a whole new level of deepness for me, because I'm seeing another side that I don't think you normally see as a football fan. It's not the elite level football, it's down the pyramid in Spanish football, but there's still human beings, and, it's still the same thing. It's still 11v11, coaches, a manager, a boardroom, an ownership, the supporters, the community. It doesn't matter of what level. You're human beings, aren't you? And I don't know, it's just something that I've become very aware of, very conscious of, to be honest with you. And yeah, I just know that the things are going to change very, very soon, as soon as that game's out of the way. And that game is what we need to focus on, There were some rumours going around yesterday at the club. And, it's like, well, we just need to focus on this game. So on Sunday, we have the reverse leg of the playoff final. It's 1-1. Win that, we get promoted. Right? And I guess the other way you look at it is faces leave and faces come in. I've had that with Cop Talk over the years, the members' website here. So, sometimes people say, oh, it's sad because Red Dave's left. And it's like, yeah, but then Red John will come in. There's, people leave, people come in. It's just the way of life, I guess. A bit like relationships and marriages, really. Well, my experiences anyway. Do you know what? I've been married twice. And do you know what's killed both of my marriages, other than me? That. Cop Talk. It's true. Cop Talk has been a massive contribution to both of those marriages failing. It's true. Don't get me wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you're young and fucking stupid, you learn, there's no doubt about it. But if Cop Talk hadn't have happened, I think my first marriage would definitely have survived. It's true. And my second marriage, we had a hell of a lot of stress related to Cop Talk, financially. And I gave my wife, a lot of pressure, because she used to do all the accounts and whatnot, and I'd always be blaming her. Not blaming her, but like, well, how's that happened? You should know, this, that, and the other, because she did all the admin side, So, when you work together and live together, when you're together 24/7, it can be quite difficult. But everything happens for a reason, right? I guess. Don't get me wrong, guys. I made plenty of mistakes in marriage as well. So did they. So it's not really about finding blame. I just know that Cop Talk has played a huge part in it. There's no doubt about that. So I must never let that happen again, I've missed Cop Talk, really. I mean, the last week, I guess, obviously I've had a visitor here, as I said. Good old Niall was here. Things are happening at the club, which is very busy. But there hasn't actually been anything to talk about. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to go, "You for real, Dunk." But, yeah, but I knew all this. And if you follow the media, you didn't need me to tell you what was going on. So I don't really think that there's been anything this week, really, other than that. But I do miss the entire crack of things. What I want to do is get back to next week, because if you think about it, it's Fridays tonight, right? Last night we were out for dinner. Tonight I've got to go and visit a supporters group, all right? Representing the club kind of thing, go and socialise, have a drink with them, talk to them about some things. I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest, because there's some issues there, and I just hope that they're going to be cool with me, because I get on really well with them, you know. But I'm the guy that's kind of like the bridge between the owner and the supporters. So if there's a fucking problem, everyone comes to me. They all moan at me, whichever side of the group they're on. When I say group, I mean like whether they're the English supporters, the Dutch supporters, the Spanish supporters, because there's different groups. They're all one family, but they have different groups. You're always going to be pals with people that you can relate to, right? The British want to go for a beer, you know, the Spanish want to bang a fucking drum. I just want to bang. Anyway, so when you're the bridge between them and the boardroom, everyone comes to me. Every game they come to me and go, do you know what they're doing? Do you know what? Do you know the toilets are broken? Yeah, yeah, but it's not accepted. I know it's wrong. What are you telling me for? What are you telling me for? Do you know what to do with me? You know, and then the owner's like, can you go and see them? And I'm like, yeah, all right. So you're in the middle. So we're going to go to their bar tonight. We're going to have a beer. But I told them yesterday, I said, yeah, we'll come along, we'll have a night, because they were like, we'll discuss it on Friday. I went, yeah, but I'm not coming to talk football all night. You know, because you still want to be cool with everyone. And I can honestly say that through this job I've been doing for my club, I'm exhausted, guys. I'm really, really tired. I enjoy it. I love it. It's amazing. I really do really, really, really enjoy it. But there's a lot of things I don't enjoy. And what I do enjoy is cop talk. You know, I kind of wish I could just go back to doing that, but then I would miss out on a lot of things that I enjoy. I can't remember the last time I went out and flew my drone. Check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Duncan and you'll see my drone videos on there. Please go and watch one and tell me what you think. Come back here. And you'll understand why I like that piece, you know, to do that. Ironically, I've got permission to fly the drone tomorrow, but that's at the football stadium for training, but not socially for me. Me and Laura created a YouTube channel, Dunk and Laura. Go and have a look. That hasn't been updated forever. But the good thing is with that, me and Laura have got some things coming up this year. So at the end of June, we're going to go away for 3 or 4 days in Spain. We're going away in July, August, September, and November. They've all got to be paid for, like, so I need to get some serious grift in. But we haven't had any time together since I've been involved with the club, so we're trying to do that. I want to go and see Smooth, my best friend that lives in America. I haven't seen him for a while. So that's one of the trips that I want to do. So what I'm saying here is we'll do the videos again. You know, we'll start doing the videos. But I work every day. You know, I said to the club yesterday, I said, look, you know, I'm going away at the end of June for 3 or 4 days. So if there's going to be any announcements or things that you need me for, I'm not going to be here in the city. I will still be working every day. This is what I said. I work every day, guys. Even if I went for 2 weeks to New York City, I'll work every day. Laura goes out on her own, you know, so that's what I do. But when I say work, I mean on this baby here. This is my life, These people on here, my VIP members and my Cop Talk TV people here, they're my life. And I wish I could go back to just doing it, but then I would lose what I'm doing, if that makes sense, the satisfaction I get from that, which I feel like I'm contributing to something. However, if I went to another football club, maybe it wouldn't be as stressful and demanding. You know, so, but then I wouldn't be with the people I love. And imagine working for the club you support, you know. But I've got my dream life, really, haven't I? I've got Liverpool, which is my dream job, which I started as a hobby in the 1990s, and I'm still here. You know, with these amazing people, you, for example, if you're here for the right reason, you are one of those people I consider amazing. If you're a hater watching me for the wrong reasons or just spying on me, I actually still give you the same kind of respect, because I think, well done, you're still watching me, you know? I don't know why you'd want to wait on me. Like, I mean, seriously. But, you know, that's people for you. But you're still here. You know what I mean? Whether they're good or bad intentions, people are here. And the best part of this is the people that I speak to, people like Niall that came and visited me, Matt that we met the other day. It's a dream. It's an absolute dream. Dream. Cop talk is a dream. I haven't felt like that because you've got to remember, I haven't felt like that for a long time. Like I just said a minute ago, when I was married, I wasn't enjoying Cop talk very much because a lot of it is what's going on with the club. So if there's a lot of drama going on with the club and a lot of negativity, it rubs off on you. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't make it very enjoyable. Like all recently during the Arne Slot stuff, you know, speculation for weeks and weeks and weeks and months, whatever. When everyone's fed up, it's shite. But when people come on my stream and they're happy, it's amazing. Same on the members' website. The conversations now are more upbeat, more positive. It's nice. You know, so I've got my dream here behind me, which just about pays the bills. It probably won't this month because this week I've not done anything. So I will suffer for that. But I think that if it continues to give me a living in the sense of just paying me bills and just getting through life, I'm happy with that, you know. And then I've got the club side of things where you are like definitely making a difference to people as well. And that's super cool too. So I love it. The problem is balance it to get some free time. We don't have any free time because Laura helps, you know, at the club as well. So we have zero time together. Zero. You know, you could say, well, you went out last night for dinner. Well, I did, yeah, with two friends from the club. Yeah, well, you're going out tonight, aren't you? Well, yeah, we're going to go and see these supporters, but that's going to be a high effort, really, because they're all Spanish. So Laura will be doing all the translation, and they'll all be waffling at her, and I'll be going, what's he fucking saying? I don't like the look of his, what's he fucking saying? You know what I mean? What? He said what? Matt, listen, make sure you get every single word here, right? Tell him. Right, do you know what I mean? No, it won't be like that. They're cool as fuck, they're good. But it's everything is just that. You know, so what, tomorrow morning, Saturday, Laura will be at work for about 9:30, I reckon, tomorrow. But in the morning, we'll have to go to the cash and carry, get all the supplies for the stadium on Sunday, you know, all the beer and orange juice and bananas for the first team. We'll have to do all that in the morning on Saturday. Saturday afternoon, when she finishes work, we'll have to be preparing other things for Sunday. Sunday, we'll be at the stadium from 9 a.m., you know, and we don't know how that day is going to go. So there's just no time. We're not getting the weekend together or anything at the moment. So this is why I've booked some time to go away. I think it's needed. And then I know there's going to be some statements issued at the club over the coming weeks. And I know that they're going to include me in that. But I need a little conversation with them about, you know, next season, if you like, or what happens moving forward, because could really do with some help, you know, to be honest with you. It's good. I love it all, guys, but there's just no fucking free time. So live streams, for example, couldn't do one last night. Tonight we're at that bar, so seeing them supporters won't be able to do that. Saturday, it's going to be impossible. Sunday, I suspect that after the game, whether we get promoted or not, there'll be a drink. If we do get promoted, I suspect that it will be an all-nighter. Monday, she's off work Monday. Will we get one in Monday night? You know, but next week we have to get to some kind of, you know, of routine. It's been the longest season in history. The World Cup's starting. I mean, like, I'm absolutely buzzing about the World Cup. I really am. I'm buzzing about the World Cup. And I don't know when it starts. Is it Thursday? I genuinely have no idea when it starts. Let me think. I don't know, so there's no point in me speculating. Our game's on Sunday. I think within days we we start the new campaign. So, but yeah, everything's going all right, guys. I'm not fed up or depressed or anything. I'm tired, but I'm also an emotional guy. I'm a deep guy, you know, and I know that sometimes, you know, some people I'm not going to see again after Sunday, and then when they're your friends, and you know, it's just a bit strange, really. So we got that, but you know, once it's out of the way, it's done, and you've got to man up with these things, aren't you? You know, it's just that's the industry, the football industry. It's fucking ruthless, you know. So I don't think I've really got any acknowledgements to do. I think we had a live stream on Monday, and that was supported by Niall, who was sat here when he did it. Jan, John Conway, Errol, Michael Sutton, Faceless London, Mark Moswich, Adam O'Hare, Handmade Hazard, Alan, Ben, brother Ben, Sanj, Will Cahill, Nicholas, Paper Wings, The Toad, and Sean O'Neill. And, you know, we're going back on the super chats, not super chats, super thanks. Niall, Darryl Lloyd, Steve Bebbington. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. DKB, I like that one. David Champion, James Fitchie, Steve Richards. He says, Steve Richards, who is a channel member, by the way, Schwad. Dunk, you've got to publicise those Dunk Unfiltered streams. Fucking hilarious, DKB. Good luck to the Dorm tomorrow. That's going back last week. Dodd W. Now, he said, thanks, Dunk. Fucking magic news. Have a beer on me. That was when everything was going off. James, Watty. I love Watty. David Coleman. Wayne's 5651. I don't know if I've done any of these. Sharon. John Spice. Errol. James Armstrong. Have a jar on me. Steve Jenkins. Sean O'Neill. Kevin. Mike Leach. We must be caught up here. Jared Breen and Errol again. So that's going back about a week. I don't know if anything came in on PayPal or Monzo. If it did, please let me know. I'll have a look in Revolut, the Fuck It Fund. We won't be getting very far on that. Let's have a look. The Fuck It Fund is the link in the video description. That's Revolut. That's my beer kitty. What I want to do on Sunday, I'm going to be completely honest with you, is I have these like chili bottles, they're called, or cool bottle. The brand is chili, I think, but you can get the cheap Chinese ones as well. I think they're just the same. It's like a litre big, and I want to put vodka and Diet Coke and ice in it. And I take pictures outside at pitch on Sunday. I might just have a little swig, because then at full time, can you imagine? It'd be mint, won't it? So what I'm thinking is buy myself a bottle of vodka. Only that cheap shite. I don't need no Grey Goose or Absolute. I do like my Absolute, but they do a nice one in the supermarket here. It's only about $7.50 now. It used to be $5.90. That was around COVID time. It's about $7.50, $7.90 now. But it's all right. It's cheap shite, to be honest. But it's mint. I like it. Don't give me an hangover either. So that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to go Sunday, but there'll be a drink involved somewhere on Sunday. So my Fuck It Fun, my Revolut in the video description, the link. Just saying. Yesterday, Watty, my man. Hope you're all right, Dunk, lad. You've been quiet. Bought me a couple of beers. Bless him. People do care about me, you know. I had a lot of messages from people asking me where I was. It's weird, really. Weird in the sense that people notice that I'm not there. William Cahill, top up Dunk, great result. That'll be the game at the weekend. Who else is in there? Tim B. I don't know if I've done any of these. Daniel K. Fuck It Funding. Come and enjoy a couple of beers tomorrow. DKB. Quad Bod. Daniel B. Have one on me, dude. Alan G. Have a cider on me, mate. And thanks for the work you put in from sunny Gibraltar. Jonathan W. He says the slot sack video was comedy gold, mate. Enjoy a beer on me. Carl, get the beers in. I don't know how far back to go. Done that one. Nick G before then. What currency is that? Let's have a look. So, done that one, the Australian one. British pound, Watty. Euros. refund from Amazon. Nice one. Here we go. Klopp Norbert bought me a Magnus there. Cheers, hope you are well. I'm well, my friend. Thank you for buying me a beer. What else have we got? David P. Evening, mate. Here's a beer for the Fuck It Fund. Have a good week, pal. Dave. Owen. AJ, enjoy a beer on me, Dunk. Fucking legends, aren't they? Constantinos, I don't know when that was. Have a celebratory drink. You were always right. Or a legend. Niles in there. Slot out amazing. Mark H. Theodore. Theo, he asked any update on the jersey, because I think he wants a jersey posting over. Please contact me after Sunday. We've just got to get this game out of the way, and then we've got some free time. Carl M. Nicholas, that's going back to the 29th of May. These are my peoples looking after me, can you believe it? And Laura, in all fairness, because they'll say, get yourselves a drink. She's worked really hard as well. Let me just go and check this US dollars. Richard B. Thank you, Richard. Paul Ray. Paul, it was declined. Paul's been with me for years. Sometimes it doesn't go through the security check on the Revolut. But I just want you to know, Paul, it didn't come through just in case you think it did. Same to Charlie B as well. 2 attempts. That was 20th of May. So Paul R, I'm going to chase him up. He can use PayPal instead. Bless him. These are my people. I think I've covered everybody. If I haven't, please let me know, because it's very, very important to me. But, like I say, I've got me Cop Talk started as a hobby. It's still run as a hobby. I love my peoples associated with Cop Talk. I didn't enjoy the football last season, but I'm really looking forward to the possibility of enjoying it once more. People will come up to me and say, Liverpool this, Liverpool that, or, oh, are you watching Man City, Man United? I'll be like, I'm not fucking interested. I had no interest at all in the Premier League last year. Next year, I really want to. I want to be there with you guys. I want to do some live streams when the games are on and shit like that. But, I've got my hobby. I enjoy helping the club in the community. And my peoples, it's just nice on a weekend to be able to just go for a beer and just use my Fuck It Fun card like that. Boom, there you go. Don't have to worry about it. I'm 51 now. 52 this year if I get there, September. And I feel like I'm working harder than I've ever worked in my life, and it's going in the wrong direction, isn't it? So we need to be easing off on the thing. A couple of people have mentioned, recently, I got a message from someone yesterday, a lad out here, and he said, don't take this the wrong way, I'm no oil painting. He said, but when I saw you the other day in town, he went, you look fucked. And I'd just been to the opening of a new sports store, which is one of our sponsors, if you like, that the club has an arrangement with. It was an opening event, so I went and took pictures and met some of the players and, promotional side of things, the media side. And afterwards, we just went for what we call a canya here, which is like just half a lager, just sit there and go, oh, that was all right. He went, you look destroyed. I fucking felt it. I woke up last night, probably, there was something that came to my mind about ticketing here. And it was on my mind I couldn't get back to sleep. It was to do with tickets and a situation where tickets are being exploited. I can't go into details, but I just think there's some money not tallying up somewhere with something. I don't mean anyone's stealing anything, but it's just like I'm responsible, if you like, for overseeing the entire ticket distribution for the club. And I just know that some tickets have been going somewhere as part of an arrangement, but I don't think the club's had the money for it. And I wasn't involved in that. It's the only thing that I haven't been involved in. So because I'm not involved in that arrangement, I don't know the ins and outs of it. Whereas if I was, if you were selling tickets or you were a sponsor, I would know. I'd go, well, yeah, they do this, so they get that. You know what I mean? So I can go on the website any time and see how many tickets have been sold in real time for this game at the weekend, right? Or how many tickets have been issued to complimentaries. But this particular one is nothing to do with me. And I was like, hang on a minute, this is about 3 a.m. I said, hang on a minute. Where's that money? Where's that revenue? So I couldn't get back to sleep. Laura woke up at one point, about 4 o'clock, and I actually said it to her in bed. I went, do you know what I've been thinking? And she went, what? And I told her. And then when we woke up this morning, she went, have you messaged them about it? I went, yeah, I have, I've already done it. I'm waiting for a response. So just can't get back to sleep again, because you got stuff chewing over in your mind. And I'm not sure it's good. I want some freedom again. I want to get back flying my drone. I know it sounds stupid, but if you watch my drone videos, you'll see what I mean. Especially with the music that I had and that. It's fucking so peaceful and relaxing. So, yeah. Anyway, shall I go and let you crack on? I've got to go because I've got people messaging me. I've got to go and print 350 tickets. 300 for the ticket office and 50 for a friend of mine that's a seller. So I'm going to go and deal with that now. And they're waiting for a response from me. But I've made them wait because you're my priority. And don't you forget that. So, the rest of the week, I don't think there's going to be any live streams unless I can squeeze one in Saturday daytime. Now, that would be nice. Saturday morning would be lovely. Well, lunchtime. That would be really nice, actually, because when we could have a proper catch-up, that would be nice. But we've got the game on Sunday, the second leg, and then we'll get that away. There will be a live stream, guys. There's a couple of channels going to do it. The official CF Benidorm YouTube channel should do it, but there is one called, I don't know, Deportivo or something. I can't remember. El Deporte. I don't know. I'll put it out there, but there will be. The game should be streamed live. Charlotte, my daughter, was watching the first leg online. And she sent me a message after the game. She went, I saw 2 of the players come and hug your dad. And then she put like a little teary emoji. She thought it was cute. She went, it's so cute. They come to you. I said, yeah. And that's why I'll be sad if I don't see some of them again. Because some people are going, when the season ends, going home, because some of them don't live here. They live in other countries. And they're supposed to come back. They say, I'll be back. I want to be here, and the club has said, there's no reason why they shouldn't be here. But in football, you never know, do you? So I'm just a bit... If you follow what I do, CF Benidorm and that, you will understand where I'm coming from in the next week, 10 days, all right? And then you'll go, see what was bothering him. Because, there's going to be all sorts, and I don't know. There's a lot of rumours flying around, and I know the answers to all the rumours. So... We'll see what happens. We've got to get this game won and then let business take over. And at the end of the day, I don't own the club. I don't make the decisions about players' contracts, So that's not my remit. I don't have any input on the football side of things. But I am briefed as to everything. So yeah, busy week or two coming up. But right now, so we get this game out of the way and just fucking kick back on Monday. That'd be lovely. All right, guys. I will love you and leave you. Here comes the grift. If you enjoy my videos, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. I think it would be nice to hear from you if you've got anything you'd like to say about Liverpool. That'd be lovely. Like I say, my morning briefings are just telling you about what's going on in my life. And you might not be interested in the lower league Spanish football, but the point is that these things are actually helping me understand a lot of things. I'll explain more to you soon about that. I'm going to give you a massive example, right? And it's all to do with Liverpool, and it benefits this channel. And, the people I speak to every day, they're tight with him. It couldn't be better for us, So, this is very good. So, yeah, thumbs up, drop me a comment. There's a love out if you want to join the channel. I'm going to start doing some channel-only member-only streams as well. Definitely want to do that. Look after my channel members. We'll do some live streams together. We'll just need to pick a day of the week that we'll do a channel members stream. I could do with doing like a 12-hour stream, really, like Dunk's holiday fund or something, so I can fucking, take her away. I book all these things as they seem like a good idea, then I forget you've got to pay for them. But she deserves a break. She's a great girl. She really does. What else is there? There's a love heart around the video called a super thanks. That helps the channel immensely. And there's 3 links in the video description, alternative ways of supporting me. The Revolut is my fuck it fund. That's my beer kitty, and hopefully on Sunday night I'll be having a beer. To be honest with you, I'd like to go out Saturday night with Laura. If we can get her a few hours out, it would be lovely. I mean, we've got to be up early on Sunday. We've got to be at the ground for 9, but we're both knackered, so we'll see. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the morning briefing, and we'll catch up real soon, yeah? Keep an eye on the comment section, drop me a comment about Liverpool. I'd love that. Anything that you'd like me to deal with, please encourage me, because I always need to know what to talk to you about. But yeah, always keep an eye on the channel. Click on my channel username, because it'll tell you when a stream is scheduled, all right? As to when we're next going to be live. I don't think I'm going to be able to do one today. No, I don't think so. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're feeling positive about this gentleman behind us. We'll speak real soon.